Main Quotes presents Best Quotes from Buddha. To stop suffering, stop greediness. Greediness is a source of suffering. The tongue, like a sharp knife, kills without drawing blood. When you like a flower, you just pluck it. But when you love a flower, you water it daily. Anger will never disappear so long as thoughts of resentment are cherished in the mind. Set your heart on doing good. Do it over and over again, and you will be filled with joy. To conquer oneself is a greater task than conquering others. No one outside ourselves can rule us inwardly. When we know this, we become free. Why cling to the pain and the wrongs of yesterday? Why hold on to the very things that keep you from hope and love? If you cannot find a good companion to walk with, walk alone like an elephant roaming the jungle. It is better to be alone than to be with those who will hinder your progress. Believe nothing because it is written in books. Believe nothing because wise men say it is so. Believe nothing because it is religious doctrine. Believe it only because you yourself know it to be true. If we fail to look after others when they need help, who will look after us? When wishes are few, the heart is happy. When craving ends, there is peace. Since everything is a reflection of our minds, everything can be changed by our minds. Good men and bad men differ radically. Bad men never appreciate kindness shown them, but wise men appreciate and are grateful. Wise men try to express their appreciation and gratitude by some return of kindness, not only to their benefactor, but to everyone else. Those who are truly wise will remain unmoved by feelings of happiness and suffering, fame and disgrace, praise and blame, gain and loss. They will remain calm like the eye of a hurricane. Do not be the judge of people. Do not make assumptions about others. A person is destroyed by holding judgments about others. Conquer anger by love, evil by good. Conquer the miser with liberality and the liar with truth. Do not give your attention to what others do or fail to do. Give it to what you do or fail to do. Keep searching for the truth. Just let go of your opinions. The thought manifests as the word. The word manifests as the deed. The deed develops into habit, and the habit hardens into character. So watch the thought and its ways with care, and let it spring from love, born out of concern for all beings. Rely on the teaching, not on the person, really on the meaning, not on the words. Really on the definitive meaning, not on the provisional, really on your wisdom mind, not on your ordinary mind. The way to happiness is, keep your heart free from hate, your mind from worry. Live simply, give much. Fill your life with love. Do as you would be done by. Change is never painful. Only the resistance to change is painful. Don't pray for lighter burdens, but for stronger backs. The greatest impurity is ignorance. Free yourself from it. Be pure. Treat others with respect. How you treat others will be how they treat you. Nothing is forever except change. The world is a looking glass. It gives back to every man a true reflection of his own thoughts. Rule your mind, or it will rule you. Do not pursue the past. Do not lose yourself in the future. The past no longer is. The future has not yet come. Looking deeply at life as it is, in the very here and now, the practitioner dwells in stability and freedom. We must be diligent today. To wait until tomorrow is too late. Death comes unexpectedly. How can we bargain with it? The sage calls a person who knows how to dwell in mindfulness night and day, one who knows the better way to live alone. Forgive and be free. Forget that you have forgiven and be freer. Do not speak unless it improves on silence. You can search the world over, and you will find no one who is more deserving of your kindness and well-wishing than you yourself. The whole secret of existence is to have no fear. Your purpose in life is to find your purpose and give your whole heart and soul to it. You must love yourself before you love another. By accepting yourself and fully being what you are, your simple presence can make others happy. You yourself, as much as anybody in the entire universe, deserve your love, affection. Let us live in joy, never falling sick like those who hate us. Let us live in freedom, without hatred even among those who hate. It is wrong to think that misfortunes come from the east or from the west. They originate within one's own mind. You are far from the end of your journey. The way is not in the sky. The way is in the heart. See how you love. When you move your focus from competition to contribution, life becomes a celebration. Never try to defeat people. Just win their hearts. A tree is a wonderful living organism which gives shelter, food, warmth, and protection to all living things. It even gives shade to those who wield an axe to cut it down. Pain is certain, suffering is optional. Do not overlook tiny good actions, thinking they are of no benefit. Even tiny drops of water in the end will fill a huge vessel. Do not overlook negative actions merely because they are small. However small a spark may be, it can burn down a haystack as big as a mountain. Your mind is a powerful thing. When you filter it with positive thoughts, your life will start to change. One moment can change a day, one day can change a life, and one life can change the world. Sometimes it's better to be kind than to be right. We do not need an intelligent mind that speaks, but a patient heart that listens. You will not be punished for your anger. You will be punished by your anger. You will be punished by your anger. Know well what holds you back and what moves you forward. In the sky, there is no distinction of east and west. People create distinctions out of their own minds and then believe them to be true. He who is grateful doesn't suffer. If you light a lamp for somebody, it will also brighten your path. Only those who go where few have gone can see what few have seen. If you let cloudy water settle, it will become clear. If you let your upset mind settle, your course will also become clear. Life can only take place in the present moment. If we lose the present moment, we lose life. No one can escape death and unhappiness. If people expect only happiness in life, they will be disappointed. Love in the past is only a memory. Love in the future is only a fantasy. True love lives in the here and now. If a man's mind becomes pure, his surroundings will also become pure. Happiness will never come to those who fail to appreciate what they already have. A person is not learned nor wise because he talks much. The person who is patient, free from hatred and fear, that person is called learned and wise. Every experience, no matter how bad it seems, holds within a blessing of some kind. The goal is to find it. Everything that happens to us is the result of what we ourselves have thought, said, or done. We alone are responsible for our lives. Develop a mind that is vast like space, where experiences both pleasant and unpleasant can appear and disappear without conflict, struggle, or harm. Rest in a mind like vast sky. Pain in life is inevitable, but suffering is not. Pain is what the world does to you. Suffering is what you do to yourself. LB, the way you think about the pain you receive. Pain is inevitable. Suffering is optional. You can always be grateful that the pain is not worse in quality, quantity, frequency, duration, etc. All life is temporary. Why worry about anything that's only temporary? Do not judge yourself harshly. Without mercy for ourselves, we cannot love the world. Goodwill toward all beings is the true religion. Cherish in your hearts boundless goodwill to all that lives. Do not learn how to react. Learn how to respond. Rage is a powerful energy that, with diligent practice, can be transformed into fierce compassion. However much we disagree with our enemies, our task is to identify with them. They too feel justified in their point of view. Happiness or sorrow, whatever befalls you, walk on untouched, unattached. The mind precedes all things. The mind dominates all things. The mind creates all things. Let your love flow outward through the universe, to its height, its depth, its broad extent, a limitless love without hatred or enmity. Then, as you stand or walk, sit or lie down, as long as you are awake, strive for this with a one-pointed mind. Your life will bring heaven to earth. Flower and thorn are in the same stem. Awake. Be the witness of your thoughts. You are what observes, not what you observe. The kingdom of heaven is closer than the brow above the eye, but mankind does not see it. Your body is precious. It is our vehicle for awakening. Treat it with care. An outside enemy exists only if there is anger inside. Kindness should become the natural way of life, not the exception. One of his students asked Buddha, "Are you the Messiah?" "No," answered Buddha. "Then, are you a healer?" "No," Buddha replied. "Then, are you a teacher?" The student persisted. "No, I am not a teacher," the student persisted. "No, I am not a teacher," asked the student, exasperated. "I am awake," Buddha replied. Life is a river, always flowing. Do not hold on to things. Work hard. All that we are is the result of what we have thought, what we think we become. Look not to the faults of others, nor to their omissions and commissions, but rather look to your own acts, to what you have done and left undone. A truly wise man does not play leapfrog with a unicorn. The fool thinks he has won a battle when he bullies with harsh speech, but knowing how to be forbearing alone makes one victorious. In the same way that rain breaks into a house with a bad roof, desire breaks into the mind that has not been practicing meditation. Buddha was speaking in a village square one day when one of the inhabitants started to abuse him. Buddha paused and said to the man, "If you offer me a piece of paper and I refuse to accept it, what happens to the paper?" "Why, it stays with me, of course," the villager replied. Buddha smiled gently. "And that is exactly what I am doing with your abuse," he said. "I am not accepting it, therefore it stays with you." Suffering is wishing things were other than they are. Better than a long speech is a single quietening word. Your worst enemy is your best teacher. Always be mindful of the kindness and not the faults of others.